Welcome everybody. My name is Matthew Aarons and I'm joined here today by Sophia Singleton and Callum McKenzie. We're here to discuss how trustees and sponsors can improve member outcomes in defined contribution pensions. Sophia.
That's right, Matthew. We know that DC membership is significant and will only grow with auto-enrolment and defined benefit scheme closures. But there's a real retirement savings gap building up. So for example, for a 35-year-old starting saving now, if they joined a typical defined benefit scheme, they'd probably be targeting a pension of 50% of their final pay. However, if they joined a defined contribution scheme on average contribution rates, they're probably heading for something more like 22% of final pay. And of course, members being auto-enrolled are often targeting even less. That's why Aon Hewitt has written a practical guide showing scheme sponsors and trustees how they can ensure their members get the best from their DC scheme.
So what sort of things does the guide tell us?
Well, it's designed to be very action-oriented. It looks at how schemes can improve outcomes in three main ways. By encouraging higher member contributions, making sure the investments are working as hard as they can, including the all-important default, and getting the retirement process right so that members make the best decisions.
Sounds very useful. What are the key things that trustees and sponsors should be focusing on in these areas?
Well, as Sophia said, most DC members aren't saving enough. Our research in the US shows that only 1 in 5 members with DC-only benefits will be able to retire comfortably at the age of 65. And we're heading this way in the UK too. So we believe members' attention should be focused on how much they are saving, what income they need, and when they want to retire. Members can be encouraged to save through a broad range of communications and tools, as well as scheme design.
So members need to focus on contribution levels, but what about investment choices?
We know that 90% of members stay in the default investment option, but this shouldn't be considered a negative. Our US research shows that members who make their own investment decisions typically underperform by almost 3% per annum. But the high use of the default option does mean that trustees and sponsors must build a robust investment strategy based on the needs of their members. This requires knowledge of the membership and how much risk and return is being taken by members.
So Sophia, the third area that you mentioned was the process at retirement. That's something that hasn't received a lot of attention until recently.
Yes, that's right, but getting it right at the point of retirement is essential because this is where it can all go wrong for the member. So for example, it's estimated that 70% of members could qualify for enhanced annuities, but very few actually purchase these. These members are missing out on as much as 1/3 of their potential retirement income. So engaging with members early and directing them to a robust retirement service is crucial.
So how does the guide help?
It includes examples, questions and action plans for schemes to complete themselves, with a checklist so they can make sure everything's covered.
That sounds really useful. How do people get hold of a copy?
You can download the guide at the Aon Hewitt website, you can talk to your usual Aon Hewitt consultant or one of us, or email us.
Sophia, Callum, thank you very much.